okay, now looking back, so I guess every game, so this is now like a review of the whole tournament. What do you think that we've like learned as a team and as a collective going into, obviously, the World Cup?
I think first off, what you said before, defence wins games and wins tournaments, and you can't miss those tackles. If you put in a bit of a rush defence on a team, you can't afford to miss those tackles. And also coming with that slightly higher press in defence, the discipline has to be right. I think there was cards involved in our games, but I think across the board, everyone but England had been given a fair amount of cards. So I think that's a really good learning to be able to play a full tournament and keep the discipline where it needs to be. And it's really important coming into the next tournament, because obviously we'll be on the good side of the refs and they might not be looking for us. But if you know like typical Saris.
Right.
Like when we go to play Saris, we're always like, okay, that we know that the refs are going to be looking out for you, poppy clears and blah blah blah.
Really?
Yeah, whether they are or not, I don't know.
What about Alex Callender, hey? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, I would agree with you. And I think we'd only had 29 points scored against us all tournament before that game. So I think we are probably being a bit harsh on our defence. But I think against better teams like France, Canada, New Zealand, I think our defence has to be better. Like we have to grow with the game, and we have to grow even with our attack. And I think like it will come, like in training, our attack is really good, and I think so is our defence. But I think sometimes we need to take that into games and allow it to, like we say, to be the full 80. I think one thing that if you'd maybe probably compared to last year's Six Nations is that I do think we ran a bit more in last year's than this year's. And I'm not saying that's anything that's dramatically changed within the game plan, but I think obviously last year we had Holly Aitken at 10 for basically the whole campaign, and she is a very good running threat. And this year there was a mix up in 10, so I think they all play very differently. So I think that altered the way that we attacked. I'm not saying this year was worse or better, and I'm not saying last year was worse or better. I just think it's very interesting to see the difference between the 2 years.
No, I agree. I think what you said, different 10s, but I also think teams put pressure on us a lot. There was a lot more defensive pressure. The people weren't going passive with us, and I think they had to learn that from last year, because we do have the running threats. You look at the back three that we've got, and even now in the wider squad that can just come in and out, and 10s that can put anybody through a gap. So they have to shut down the space. And I've felt it from a personal point of view that I've had to kick it sometimes when in other games I might have been able to run it, just because that pressure has been on me. So maybe teams have thought if we get in England's face and stop them running, they're going to have to kick it back to us. And I mean, we're blessed with having fantastic kickers as well, because something we speak about is like, make sure you hit grass, because we can put the pressure back on the opposing team.
Tell them the tactics, go on.
Everyone wants to hit grass. You don't want to kick it to someone, do you know what I mean? I think that's probably part of it as well. So not just different 10s and different combinations, but I also think we are a threat and people want to shut us down. And I'm not surprised we'd be doing that against other teams as well. Yeah,
definitely. I think Zoe Allcroft, like we said prior to moving on to this section, I think has had a fantastic tournament. First tournament as captain, and I think she stood out in every game, and I think she's led from the front. She won our little award that we have in the change room post game, and Mitch was just describing her as like, she leads from the front, and that's what she does. Every action is for the team, it's not for herself. And I think she's a credit to who she is and how much she's learned and developed, and she hasn't changed the style of play just because she's captain. And I think that's really important, and I think she's taken it in her stride. And I can't wait for her to continuing lead us. And I'm sure, I will say on her behalf that it's the leadership group that's around her that allows her to do that. And it's true. I do think we have a very good leadership group, and I think it's crucial that you have that. She needs people that support her, because I'm sure some aspects of the captaincy she doesn't enjoy, and I'm sure other people do, which I think is nice that they have a very good group. And moving on from Abby, moving on from Zoe, we then have Abby Dow.
Yeah, she's
has
incredible.
Played another fantastic tournament. She's the most clean lie breaks with 12, most meters gained and top try scorer with 6 tries.
Yeah, she's played phenomenally well. This is nothing that we don't know about Abby.
No.
She plays well year in, year out. And, you know, to read these stats, I'm not actually surprised with it. She's not just a fast edge, but she also is incredibly strong. Yeah. And, you know, positioning, we've got people that can send her the ball and put her into space. And again, I had another chat with Abby after the game. And I think previously we've actually found it hard at times to play with each other because we had to learn a lot about each other. But, you know, we both said this tournament, something's just clicked and we feel that we're really working together. I actually gave her a hug. Like, she actually gave me a hug, actually. Wow. Abby, for people knowing, Abby,
it's
for
not
people
tactile.
That don't know, it's not tactile, does not like hugs, gets very stiff. But yeah, she has worked very hard in this tournament, not just on the on-pitch relationships, but off-pitch as well, and I definitely think it shows.
Yeah, for sure. I think Zoe Harrison, again, we shouted her out for the France game, but I think she's had a fantastic tournament, and I think coming back off WXV, maybe not playing as many minutes as she'd hoped, going into the Prem and absolutely smashing the Prem for Saris, I think it just, again, shows credit to her determination to get back into the England team, and obviously, she's one of my best friends, so I have to say that. But I do think she's done really, really well. It is a shame that she wasn't up for 10 of the tournament. Yeah. And I am going to say that.
Yeah.
I think
she's played well.
She's played well. And this is my personal opinion, so please don't come at me. And it's not because I think I should be in the team, because I don't. But I do think that it should be open for all. Yeah. It shouldn't be a select few that are in team of the tournament, because I might not think that person has played. Like, everyone's perspective is different. Yeah. So, like, how does it get narrowed down? Is it through the fantasy points? Like, how does it happen? I need explanations to understand it. But I do think that she should be given that opportunity to be in it, because I think she has played well. Not that the others haven't played well. She should
be in your team.
She would be in my team as well. But that is because I'm biased, because she's one of my best friends.
No, but I do think, you know, she's done incredibly well, and to come into the team having not played that much in the past couple of years, again, it's been seamless. Plays slightly different to the other 10s, but, you know, she knows exactly what she's doing. Her boot on her is incredible, and it's not just long kicks. It's being able to see, like, the first try that Abby scored this weekend, 100%. See a little gap.
She's
and
learning
get the
off
ball
me, the grubbers.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to learn some things off each other, and she learned that off me. But she is also the second highest point scorer in the tournament as well. So I think, credit to her ability off the tee and try scoring, also opportunities that she has for herself.
Any more honourable mentions?
Yeah, sorry,
before we end up doing the whole squad.
I do. I actually have got 2 more. So I just think I'd like to shout out Sarah Byrne. Love her TikToks, and I just actually do love what she's been doing for the women's game in general. I think she's brought a different aspect to the game, but hasn't changed her ability on the pitch, which I think is really crucial.
She's definitely been, as well, like, the most consistent impact player. Obviously, she started a lot of games in the past, but her ability to come off the bench and cause chaos has been so good. And, you know, when you see the subs coming on and you see Sarah Byrne come in, I mean, you think, great. I mean, we think, great. But great.
Yes, Burner.
Opposite team? Great.
Yeah. Great. And then Maddie Funati. I just think she's incredible.
Yeah,
but she is. She's a bloody brilliant player, and I think a great find from Mitch.
Yeah, she loves it as well. Like,
loves it.
She's, you know, she's not just a very strong runner, but she has a very good rugby brain. And
very good rugby brain.
You might say something, she might disagree, but as a forward telling her back, no, that's not the line, I think, perfect. Yeah. That's just what I need you to do. And her ability to suck people in, but also kind of get the ball away. She's played very, very well this whole tournament.
But it's her third, probably, tournament with England, and you wouldn't be able to tell, I don't think.
And not just on pitch, you wouldn't be able to tell that she's actually one of the newest players in the squad. Yeah. Like, off pitch, she's such a good egg. I'm actually going to a concert with her later on, so we can go dance. But yeah, she's just a really good girl, and good find by Mitch. Fair play.
Yeah, fair play.